Have you ever felt trapped? Not physically, but mentally. Trapped by the endless loop of self-doubt, needless conflict, and a heavy sense of not being good enough? We live in a world where we constantly make agreements with ourselves, with our families, and with society that often lead to massive, unnecessary suffering. They become invisible chains that hold us back from the simple, profound joy of being truly free. Today, we're diving deep into an ancient, yet timeless philosophy that offers a complete solution to break these chains. It's a simple, powerful code of conduct revealed by Don Miguel Ruiz in his life-changing book, The 4 Agreements. But here's why you absolutely need to watch this video until the very end. We won't just list the 4 agreements, we're going to deconstruct them one by one, with practical, real-life examples you can start applying today. By the time this video finishes, you will possess a new mental framework, a master key to unlock radical personal freedom, unshakable inner peace, and a new level of authenticity in all your relationships. This isn't just theory. This is a roadmap to transform your life from a battlefield into a playground. Stick around because your journey to personal freedom starts right now. Before we explore the 4 agreements, we must first understand the problem they are meant to solve. What Don Miguel Ruiz calls the domestication of humans and the dream of the planet. Think back to when you were a child. You were born perfectly authentic. You expressed exactly what you felt, when you felt it, without shame. But over time, our environment, our parents, schools, religion, and society began to teach us how to behave. They gave us a set of rules, a book of law that dictates what is right and what is wrong. This process is domestication. Just like we train an animal with punishment and reward, we are trained. If we do what is expected, we get a reward, attention, praise, love. If we go against the rules, we get a punishment, criticism, disapproval, loss of love. Slowly, we learn to fear punishment and rejection so much that we start pretending to be what we are not, just to be good enough for others. We create a mask, and beneath that mask, we build an inner judge who constantly criticizes us and an inner victim who accepts the punishment. The dream of the planet is this collective shared agreement, this massive cloud of fear, gossip, beliefs, and judgments that we all consent to. The 4 agreements are a challenge to this dominant dream. They are a revolutionary path to renegotiate those old fear-based agreements and replace them with new, love-based ones that lead to genuine, profound freedom. This is, according to Ruiz, the most important agreement. Why? Because your word is the power you have to create. It is a force, a tool of magic. And like any powerful tool, it can be used for beautiful creation or for terrible destruction. The word impeccable comes from the Latin sine peccatis, meaning without sin. Ruiz redefines sin as anything that goes against yourself. Therefore, being impeccable with your word means not using your word against yourself. Most of us use our word carelessly, often against ourselves. We engage in negative self-talk. I'm so stupid. I always fail. I'm not talented enough. Each time you say this, your word plants a seed of self-rejection in your mind. You are using the most powerful force you possess to work against your own happiness. Furthermore, the word is often used to spread emotional poison through gossip. When you gossip about someone, you are sending poison out, but you are also infecting your own spirit by investing your energy in judgment and negativity. You are creating a little piece of hell in your mind. The first step in practicing impeccable speech is to speak with integrity and honesty. This means saying only what you mean and truly meaning what you say. Your outer words must consistently align with your inner truth. For example, if you do not want to attend an event, do not say, maybe, just to be polite. Instead, simply say, thank you, but I won't be able to make it. While this might feel uncomfortable initially, it is the fundamental way to build both self-respect and the trust others place in you. The second essential action is to use your word for love and creation. Focus actively on speaking positively about yourself and others. Use your word to uplift, to encourage, and to share love with the world. To put this into practice, make a deliberate effort for one day to replace every negative internal comment with a positive, realistic one. Instead of saying, I can't do this, Try shifting your inner dialogue to, I can learn how to do this. These seemingly small shifts fundamentally change the direction of your mental energy. Finally, you must refrain entirely from gossip. Make a zero-tolerance agreement with yourself regarding the spreading of rumors or negative chatter. When you hear others engaging in gossip, step away or gently change the subject. The moment you partake, you open yourself up to emotional poison. When you stop using the power of your word against others, the negative fog around your mind begins to lift, and your inner peace immediately increases. The second agreement offers us a shield, a powerful force field against the emotional poison of others. Don't take anything personally. This may sound easy, but we are wired to believe that everything is about us. If a colleague is rude, we think, I must have done something wrong. If a friend cancels plans, we think, they don't like me. The core insight here is that nothing others do is because of you. Everything a person says, does, or believes is a direct reflection of their own personal dream, their own agreements, their own book of law. When someone gives you a compliment, it is a reflection of their own reality, their ability to see beauty and kindness. When someone insults you, it is a reflection of their reality, their frustration, their fear, or their unhappiness. If they say, you're a terrible person, it is an opinion born out of their own agreements, wounds, and perspective. It has nothing to do with who you truly are. If you take it personally, you are accepting their emotional poison and making it your own. You are agreeing with their judgment. The second agreement offers us a practical path to emotional immunity, and it begins with recognizing the mirror. When someone sends you emotional poison, be it anger, rudeness, or heavy criticism, you must pause and ask yourself, what pain, fear, or agreement must this person have to say or do this? Understand that they are simply reflecting their own inner storm. Their words are a projection of their dream, not yours. Next, the practice involves learning to build emotional walls. Ruiz suggests that when you are truly immune, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Imagine yourself wearing a mental raincoat. When people throw emotional mud at you, it simply slides off. You remain clean. This doesn't mean becoming cold or detached, but rather becoming discerning about what you allow to penetrate your inner world. Crucially, you must own your feelings. When something does hurt you, remember that the pain is not caused by the other person's action itself, but by the wound that the action triggered within you. The moment you take something personally, you allow the internal judge and the victim to control your response. By refusing to take things personally, you reclaim your emotional energy, ensuring that your peace of mind is never dependent on the validation or moods of others. This agreement is the key to clear communication and preventing unnecessary drama. Don't make assumptions. We are masters of assumption. We make assumptions about what others are thinking, what they are feeling, and what they want. The problem is that once we make an assumption, we genuinely believe it is the truth. We then defend our assumption and try to make others wrong because our own internal book of law says our assumption must be right. Assumptions are the root of most conflicts in relationships. We assume our partner knows what we need, so we don't ask for it. When they fail to meet the unspoken need, we get angry. We assume our boss is mad at us because they didn't say good morning, and we spend the whole day anxious. We assume the intent behind a text message based on our own fear, rather than the simple words on the screen. When we make an assumption, we create a movie in our mind, a story that is based on fear, not fact, and we then respond to the story, not the reality. We create a dramatic narrative where none existed. The solution to the destructive habit of don't make assumptions is simple, yet demands courage. You must ask questions and express what you truly want. The first step is to find the courage to ask. If you don't understand, ask. If you're unsure, clarify. If you need something, request it. Breaking the habit of assumption requires you to actively seek clarity, even when asking feels vulnerable. For example, instead of avoiding a friend because you assume they are angry, have the courage to ask, I feel like there's some distance between us. Is everything okay? The next step is to speak your truth clearly. Express your desires and expectations openly and honestly, always using the principles of the first agreement. Do not assume others are mind readers. State your needs with respect and transparency. Finally, you must accept the no gracefully. By asking, you open the door to truth and clarity. The answer might be yes, or it might be no. If the answer is no, you now possess the truth, which is always less painful and anxiety-provoking than the endless suffering caused by a false assumption. If you do not assume, you save yourself massive emotional energy and liberate your relationships from misunderstandings and manufactured drama. The fourth agreement is the one that brings the other three to life. It is the action-oriented agreement. Always do your best. This agreement is not about perfection. It is about consistency and self-acceptance. It is about taking the agreements, being impeccable, not taking personally, and not making assumptions, and practicing them fully every single day. The key insight is that your best will change from moment to moment. Your best when you are tired is different from your best when you are well rested. Your best when you are sick is different from your best when you are healthy. The error is often comparing your current best with a previous, higher best. This comparison is a trap. Ruiz teaches us that under any circumstance, simply do your best, no more and no less. When you do your best, you have no reason for self-judgment, self-abuse, or regret. If you did your best on a task, and it fails, you can accept the outcome without regret. You learned a lesson, and you move on. If you did your best to be impeccable with your word, but slipped and gossiped, you simply forgive yourself and try again the next moment. No blame, no judgment. Doing your best is a declaration of self-love and respect. It means you are fully engaged in the moment. When you constantly strive to do your best, you are taking action because you love the action, not because you expect a reward. The final agreement relies on measuring effort, not outcome. You must focus solely on the quality of your effort in the present moment, not the external result. If you gave 100% of the energy you had in that specific moment, regardless of whether you were sick, tired, or energized, you succeeded. The core of this practice is learning to forgive and move on. If you find yourself breaking one of the four agreements, do not allow the inner judge to beat you up. Do not listen to the criticism. Instead, simply say, I did my best then, and now I will do my best to start over. The power is always in the present moment, and you must refuse to engage in self-blame. Remember that practice is the key to mastery. The agreements are not a destination. They are like muscles that grow stronger every time you consciously use them. By consistently striving to do your best, you are taking action motivated by self-love and respect, ultimately eliminating the twin enemies of self-judgment and regret. The four agreements are a simple but profound path. They strip away the complexity of the human mind and give you a clear, powerful focus. Be impeccable with your word. Stop using your power against yourself. Use your word to create beauty, love, and truth. Don't take anything personally. Build your shield. Separate your truth from the opinions and projections of others. Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask. Open the door to clarity and stop creating drama where there is none. Always do your best. Take action with love. Accept the ever-changing nature of your capacity and eliminate self-judgment and regret. These four agreements are a conscious choice to live a life free from the domestication that society has imposed. They are the keys to a life of personal freedom, true happiness, and unconditional love. They are the path from the dream of the planet to your own personal heaven on earth. This week, I challenge you to focus on just one of these four agreements. Let me know in the comments below. Which agreement will you commit to mastering this week? If this message helped you feel lighter, more free, or more hopeful, please like the video and share it with one person you think needs this reminder today. Your subscription helps us spread this life-changing wisdom to millions. Until we meet in another video, stay with love.